Okay, so now we've created our project, we want to start making our app look the way we want it to. So we've got our front screen. This is our screen that the viewers will see. We know that because we've got an arrow pointing to it. But obviously it's just a blank screen at the moment, so if we ran it, all they'd see is white. So we need to add some things. We're going to add a text to it, and we do that by selecting this little circle here, which is our objects library. These are all the elements that we can add into our app as we go. But to start with, we want to do a text. So if you type in text down the bottom, it will come up with all the options. We've got text field up the top, which allows users to enter text in, which we can then manipulate. At the moment, we just want to add a text view. So double click on the view controller you want to edit, then drag your text field in. If you can't drop the text field, it probably means you haven't clicked on your view controller to drop it in. It will then drop a square which you can change the size of, and inside that is a whole lot of random text. You can just select it, double click it to highlight what you want, and you can then change it to whatever you want. So my app. If you hit return, it doesn't actually go to the next line, it actually moves out of your text field. If you want to write multiple lines, you've got to go in, select and hold down the control key as you hit return, and that means you can write multiple lines in the one text view. My app, lots of info. Now obviously that looks quite boring, so we want to change that round. We do that by selecting up here the attributes. Click on that and it'll tell you what you've got. We don't want plain text, we want to select attributed text, and this allows you to adjust the text a little bit like Word. So you can highlight things, change the font to what we want. Oops, let's go back to that. Change the font. You need to click the little T button, which will change the font. We'll go to Optima, and we'll make it size 22. Done. Now you'll notice that didn't actually change the thing we were wanting, but when you click off it, it all has changed. You'll also notice that all the text in your text view will change to what you've selected. You can't edit little bits and pieces. You can bold parts, but you can't change the font. If you want to have different fonts on your page, the easiest way to do that is then just to add more text fields. So this might be our heading. And with that one, we want that to be centered, and we want it to be size 33. So you can have a little bit of a play with that. You can obviously change things like the color to whatever type of color you wish. And it's worth having a little bit of a play, getting used to adding the text fields, manipulating the text, getting used to that control return to add new lines. But that's how we add text to our app.